G'day, welcome back. When we did our trip down to Krabi in March of 2021, we also wanted to go across to Phuket and have a look around. I'd only ever flown there before, I'd never actually driven onto the island, so that was a new thing for me. Only ever been to like Patong Beach and Bangla Road, so it was really good to get a more of a all-round perspective of what Phuket was like. So yeah, well, we visited quite a few beaches, had a look at the old town and a few viewpoints. So I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll see you at the end. I have to admit, I didn't realise that you could actually drive onto Phuket until a couple of years ago. And yeah, got a bit of a shock when we were driving on. The bridge across Saracen Bridge is not very long. It's almost like crossing over a river or something like that. But yeah, a bit of a surprise to me. Yeah, but yeah, we got onto the bridge and then we headed off to our accommodation. We booked into the Ban Lamay resort or hotel. I think that's how you say it, not quite sure. It was a very nice place to stay. From memory, it was I think it was about 1,300 baht a night. We originally booked 2 nights, but we ended up staying a third, so yeah, that was really nice. The room we stayed in was very nice. It was sort of like right at the front with ocean views, and it was the biggest balcony I've ever seen in a room, or that I've stayed at anyway. It was huge. It sort of wrapped right around the front of the room. So yeah, it was very nice, very spacious. The hotel itself had a nice eating area, nice restaurant, nice little bar situated out the front, and nice swimming pools as well. So very enjoyable stay there. When we were there in March 2021, the bars were still open. Not many of them were open, but they were allowed to sell alcohol, etc. And so I could sit at the bar at the front of the hotel and have a quiet drink and watch the world go by. In this video, I've sort of arranged it so we go from the southern end of Phuket Island heading up towards the north. So the first place that I'm going to show is Promthep Cape. We went up there because people had said it's a really good spot to watch a sunset. So very limited parking though, and we stayed up there for a little while, but to get parking we had to get there early, so we spent quite a while there and left actually before the proper sunset. But it was really nice up there and you got some really nice views. Rawar Beach is very nice, quite a lot of activity along there from the locals. A lot of them go down there and eat. There's a lot of little food stalls around the place. I wouldn't call it a swimming beach though. It looks more like a area where the tourist boats take off from. But yeah, nice little spot to have a look around. We took a drive up to the Big Buddha, which is probably the highest point on the island. Just went up there to have a look, really. The view was pretty spectacular out over a lot of Phuket. So, yeah, nice little spot to have a look and spend some time. We then visited a temple. I think it's a fairly important temple on the island. I can't pronounce the name of it, so I'll just put it up on the screen. And yeah, it was very lovely gardens and flowers, etc. And every now and then they were letting off these fireworks for some reason. I'm not quite sure what. Some sort of a blessing or something like that. But yeah, spent a bit of time there, and that was quite nice to have a look around there. There's quite a few viewpoints at different spots around the island, but this one in particular was my favourite. Kata Beach is very nice. What I wanted to do was have a look at as many beaches as I possibly could. And this basically was the first swimming beach on the list. This is another viewpoint. I think it was called Karen Viewpoint. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it overlooked Karen Beach and Kata Beach. But yeah, it was a little bit misty when we were there, but you could still get some really good views from this place. This is Karen Beach, probably my favourite beach on Phuket. The water was beautiful, no waves, but and you have to remember that the time that we visited, there was no international tourists, so everything was very clean and not crowded. So I can't really imagine what it would be like with lots of people, but it seemed to me to be one of the nicest beaches on the island. We visited Phuket Old Town, which I was a little bit surprised with actually. It's quite a lovely place. The day we were there, it was quite hot, so yeah, stopped off for a few drinks here and there just to cool down. Um, it was COVID times, of course, or pandemic times, so there was a few places where they took your temperature and you had to sign in. But apart from that, you could stroll around with not too many problems. I was really impressed with all the murals on the walls. There was some really nice artwork around, and the colourful buildings made it really, really pleasant to just stroll around and have a look. Lots of trinket shops, souvenirs, those sorts of things, and really enjoyed the time we spent in Phuket Old Town. Then Patong Beach, probably the most well-known beach in Phuket. It's where most of the nightlife is, I imagine, up at Bangla Road. So yeah, most people would know this beach. When we were there, they actually had a food festival on. It would basically go most of the day from lunchtime onwards and into the night. Um, yeah, it was funny seeing the beach with no one there. It was quite strange. Last time I was there, it was absolutely packed with tourists, international tourists, and seeing the beach basically empty was yeah, quite strange. It really came alive at night though. Lots of people, lots of food stalls, food trucks, live music, fire displays, fire dances and that sort of thing. So yeah, nice time spent there. The hotel that we stayed at had like a open air restaurant set up across on the beach each night, and had some nice meals there. I had one really nice crayfish meal. Went down really well. The next beach along was Surin Beach. That was quite nice. I liked that one as well. Again, very, very quiet, but yeah, nice to just hear the waves lapping up on the shore. Very nice, very clean. Next beach along was Kamala Beach. We had a little bit of a look around Kamala. We ended up on the southern end of Kamala Beach. There's the Tsunami Memorial Park, and we took a walk down there and had a bit of a look around. It's not that spectacular, but at least there's something there, like a memorial for the tsunami victims and survivors. So yeah, worthwhile going down there and having a look around. Bang Tao Beach is another nice little beach, very clean. Water was very clear and nice. Again, during pandemic times, nobody there, of course. Further along, there's Nayang Beach. That's quite a long beach. I noticed with this one though, it wasn't as sandy as the others. You had quite a few rocks, and therefore you had a bit of seaweed clinging to the rocks. So yeah, it looked a little bit green, but still a really nice beach. With this beach, I forgot to take a record of the name of it, so I'm sorry I can't tell you what the name of this beach is, but it was still very nice. Yeah, water was clear, sand was clean, and yeah, um, I'm sorry I can't tell you the name of it. When entering the island and leaving the island, there's like a security checkpoint type thing that you drive through, but I wasn't stopped when we were coming onto the island, and I wasn't stopped at all when we were leaving the island. So I think that might be a little bit different now, but yeah, no problems. I'm still trying to get over the fact how small that bridge is. Um, you know, I expected it being an island to be a huge, long bridge, you know, maybe a kilometre or 2 kilometres long or something like that. But I think the full length of the bridge is like, you know, about 500 or 600 metres. So, yeah, that surprised me a lot. But we had a great time on the island and saw quite a few things. We went to a few malls and shopping outlets and things like that as well, but I didn't take any footage of that. So anyway. Okay, that's about it for this one. I'll thank you for watching and say cheers.